Hey, one of a 500,000 to 1.5 or 2 million targeted individuals infected with nanos in late July 2018. Same plot to enslave every man, woman, and child. We have good moments, a TI can hope for that, otherwise it's more or less a lot of torture. Anti-terrorism adds up to just a whole lot of torture in my experience. Hypothetically, it is a second copy. I can't prove that, but if it was, you wouldn't. If it was, you wouldn't be able to hide anything. In world gone mad, people have lost their minds. They can't even think for themselves anymore. Those MK Ultra, human slave, transhuman subjects of these experiments, when they get kicked into stasis, they lose the ability to talk. I was in Oregon, still Hood River, I think it was, when I was put into stasis or gear 1 of these nanos, and I've met people in that state, and it's hard for them to verbalize anything. They make it so they can't communicate. I too lost verbal. I may have a good command of Western English, but in that state, I also was victim of the nano systems. You get visuals across your eyeballs. Worst case scenario, it's that from childbirth, no off switch, and they're made suffering popsicles for satanic purposes. I've had the gear 1 or stasis myself, and it's not anything you'd want to leave for your kids. So there could be 500,000, there could be 1.52 million. It seems like that they're accelerating the nano infections, not trying to go in the opposite direction. So they're all against basic things in Christianity, like, I don't know, free will. So I don't have all the answers, but I've given a solid plan B on folks getting out of the solar system, maybe checking out the Andromeda system. I've heard they don't get in your head there. Some of the more logical conclusions I've made about older civilizations was that they may be towards the center of the Milky Way, and some of the formation evidence we have of the solar system, the older planets are towards the center part of our solar system, had a chance to form earlier. I don't know everything. I'm learning about, and you can't believe everything you read on the internet, but life in other densities, that hypothetically what looked like a red, just false flag craft up there someplace, shot from a satellite, totally fabricated, but hypothetically could have been a ship of light from a density or plane of existence where there's stuff on the internet about beings of light. It would be like 7th or 8th density or something like that, but we had a big red fuck you guys, you should have just fulfilled my demands instead of the laser light show. Anyways, I'm out by Smith Rock. You see any other Tim Young anywhere else, a hologram form of me, it's definitely not me. It looks like I got a little bit of a red beard to myself. Happy changing of the guard. NATO, Pacific pivot acknowledged. I've just kind of been interested more in that than anything in Europe or the Middle East. Jeez, everybody's studied that. They can keep it. And do publish those Swiss cheese hole exits for people to get out of the solar system. In between now and when I first made that website, that second website, and how the gang stalkers have been keeping it out of like search engines and really horrible censoring stuff like that, Stephen Hawking has died. So I have my genius formula there, and I don't even get recognized for the shit I do. Musk is still alive, and a fairly cool nerd from Lake Oswego is also still alive. There's going to be a lot of really bright people that and then all, indiscriminately is what I fear. And the entropy of all of this is that it's not just intelligentsia or the neighborhood in Alabama. It sounds like from reports all of the city of Seattle. They got big plans for the sandbox. They want to Tonka truck everybody. Sorry to use loose terms, but human experimentation on such a massive scale is against God, and at the same time they're faking it that they are. So, the Satanic Church of the Cell Phone Terror on Red Devil Hill, the Crooked Cap, the Dark Web app for D's nuts, the chemtrail, and the endless bullshit of RNM and v2k. I get like every branch of the military, I guess, in the U.S. alone has their own version of voice to skull. These are war crimes. These aren't parking tickets. This isn't a B felony. This is some of the worst crime in existence, and it's definitely not even God. Yeah, so. And again, if your television is talking to you or at you, or you suspect you have a nano infection, turn off your television and or media and get it out of the room you sleep in for sure, but consider out of the home and changing habits altogether. The Tesla remote power tech makes it so those televisions work unplugged, so their NSA Satanism can be used to design murder, no-touch torture and suicides from the comfort of their NSA offices and the gangs of stalkers they send to have around-the-clock shifts on ruining the lives of targeted individuals like myself. So couldn't be just, it may be more than 500,000 now, maybe more like 1.5. This guy that just got out of the black budget private sector, what they're really doing in Seattle, to keep it compartmentalized. Forgive me if I'm repeating myself. To keep it compartmentalized, so I don't know the big picture of what they're doing. He's on the side of the TI, and he just became one himself. And all these guys that he was working with previously are making threats every day in his head and stuff like that. But he's reporting on the Tonka trucking of like the entire city of Seattle. It's not just the hive mind homeless or the PhDs that got, turned into mush because they're destroying the human condition across like everybody. He was saying that they're experimenting on like all of Seattle. So good luck with that, assholes. How many times have we done this before?